What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I see what's going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, but make sure y'all also go check out Liberal Hog Mind. Definitely love videos from Liberal Hog Mind. Make sure y'all, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe. But definitely want to check this video out. Definitely glad and love when y'all send videos. You feel me? Especially the banger ones. Let's get in the video, y'all.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind. We've got some leftist hypocrisy to get into today, folks. You know, the leftoids love pushing this Trump cult narrative. They call it the Cult 45. And they generally say something to the effect of, Trump supporters have an inability to hold Donald Trump accountable for the things that he says and the stuff that he does. Anything Trump says, Trump supporters will endlessly try to justify, or ignore, or shove under the rug. And look, I'm not going to deny that there's not an element of that. Certainly there is. But it's once again, total projection. Because when it comes to defending horrible politicians, I'm just gonna flat out say it, Democrats, or Democrat voters, the Blue Anon crowd, are the absolute worst. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks. So think about a leftist argument in the modern day. Now, generally, when a leftoid is attempting to make an argument, they'll go through a list. There's only a couple of options when it comes to their responses. The first is, that's racism, or sexism, or some sort of ism, and the second is, but Trump, every single time, right? But what about Trump? But what about Trump? Well, this has got to be the worst what about Trump example I've ever witnessed. We got all kinds of headlines. Long awaited, we're finally receiving the Jeffrey Epstein flight logs. And supposedly, based on preliminary reports, Bill Clinton's name appears on the log.
And y'all see, judging by the title. You feel me? I know a lot of y'all like, oh, Recklezz, you put this in the title, you know. If you think and you know why I did that, y'all gotta know why I did that. A lot of y'all smart. It's good to get a lot of people to, I know a lot of people obviously is gonna click on the video just based off of the content that I put out. But then if you think deep, there's a lot of people that's not gonna click on the video because of the content that I put out. So y'all know where I'm going with this. It's a reason why it's like that.
Supposedly over 50 times.
New reports say former President Bill Clinton is going to be identified as one of several John Does named in previously redacted documents related to convicted Jeffrey Epstein. Alexandria Hoff joins us now with more on this developing story. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Griff. Yeah, and Clinton is not the only big name expected to be released in this. Currently, within the hundreds of pages of sealed court filings related to Epstein, there are more than 150 individuals identified only as John or Jane Does. But the legal masking is about to come off. Last month, a Manhattan federal judge ruled that there is no justification to continue to have documents sealed in the settled case involving an Epstein accuser and the convicted offender is now jailed associate Ghislaine Maxwell. The documents are expected to be unredacted and released as early as tomorrow. And among those named, former President Bill Clinton. That's according to ABC News, which notes that the 77-year-old is mentioned more than 50 times within the lengthy court text. The references will likely come from attempts to have Clinton testify against Epstein and Maxwell. The ABC News report mentions that there is no indication that the records contain any evidence of illegal conduct or allegations of wrongdoing by Clinton, although the accuser in the case did claim that she met the former president on Epstein's private island. Clinton's lawyers have maintained.
So you mean to tell me over 50 times? I mean, just think about that. Over 50 times. I ain't a person to assume or nothing like that, but over 50 times.
He ended contact with Epstein in 2005 before Epstein was accused of luring girls to his home in Palm Beach. ABC also notes that many of the prominent names expected to be released, like Prince Andrew, have already been publicly associated with Epstein.
You know, that is quite concerning. 50 times. And probably the most important word there that was uttered is the word known. It's never really been a mystery. Jeffrey Epstein pleaded guilty back in 2008. Epstein has been in the news for more than a decade since he pleaded guilty in 2008 to procuring a person under 18 for adult services. He is a known trafficker, and so you would expect that would be a grave concern, right? But no, of course not.
And it's just a thing, bro. Like, you got your own island, though. So, like, it ain't no telling, like, what goes on, like, and what you can do because, like, that's your own island. And I'm not saying Arab, but I don't know. I don't know, because I don't have my own island. I know a lot of y'all watching probably don't have your own island, but I'm just saying, like, having your own island, like, a lot of people, especially like people, obviously you got money, it's some sickly stuff that's going on. We talking about what? A person under 18, bro? Not going across the street or like to another state, but to a whole nother island?
It seems as though the Democrats don't care. They're not interested in Bill Clinton or any of the other politicians and celebrities who are likely to be on the flight logs, even headed to the island itself. They're more interested in making the link with Donald Trump. And of course, it doesn't get any more disingenuous than that, considering the basic facts. Here's the supposed connection between Donald Trump and Mr. Epstein. From what I can see, one flight from TEB to PBI. TEB is Teterboro Airport out in New Jersey, and PBI is Palm Beach International. In other words, Donald Trump was on the plane from New Jersey to Palm Beach, Florida, and then Palm Beach back to New Jersey. How is that what we're talking about? How is that what we're interested in? It just goes to show how horribly disingenuous these people are. You know, while researching for this video, I stumbled upon this little Huffington Post piece written by Sarah Bobolts, a timeline of Jeffrey Epstein's convictions and new allegations. You probably think this is an article about Jeffrey Epstein, right? Well, let's just use the Control F function, and as you can see, it's actually all about Donald Trump and his supposed connection. In the 1990s and 2002, before anyone knew about Jeffrey Epstein and his charges, Trump flew on his plane once, invited him to Mar-a-Lago once, and supposedly said that he was a terrific guy back in 2002. And of course, very conveniently leaving out the fact that Donald Trump banned Jeffrey Epstein from Mar-a-Lago shortly after. So leftoids want to make the whole conversation about Donald Trump's connection to the man, instead of focusing on all the leftist icons.
But that's the thing, though. It's anything to tear that man down. I'm telling y'all, it's anything to tear that man down. You got a whole bunch of people that's, you know, like they saying, is on their list. But then you hear his name, and everybody just like it's like you pinning that on that kid. You always got to pin that on that kid, and that gets on my nerves so much. That for real gets on my nerves, bro. That gets on my nerves, bro.
Bill Clinton,
even
a
cool,
former
like,
president, by the way, a man who almost became the first gentleman back in 2016 had Donald Trump not stopped it, because obviously they'd rather spread fake news and bogus narratives instead of tackling the actual darkness within their own party. And you know what's funny about all this is that Donald Trump was ahead of this thing back at CPAC in 2015.
Bill Clinton.
Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of problems.
He knew it, and he called it before it happened. You know, it's yet again.
But my thing is, he said that, and said that loud and clear for everybody to see. And I hope the right ones watching. It called it, you know, loud and clear for everybody to see, everybody to hear. And they still, that's odd, y'all. That is very odd.
Again, another one of those situations where Democrats show you exactly who they are. The same people who are always talking about the kids, are the first people to overlook something like this when it involves one of their favorite politicians. You know, so much for the kids, but honestly, spare me the freaking sanctimony, constantly being lectured to about protecting children from the same group of people, funneling children into human trafficking at the southern border, or enabling the psychological abuse of children with all of this cultural Marxist garbage being shoved down their throats through the media, TikTok, and in the classroom, and the same group of people who seem totally uninterested in the fact that many of their politicians were real close buddies with one of the most notorious traffickers in American history. Bill Clinton and the rest of these leftist icons have no out here. There's no out. Just like what we saw with Bill Gates. There's no excuse for associating yourself with the man with his plane and his island post-2008. After 2008, the jig is up. He becomes a convicted felon for one of the most heinous crimes imaginable. When what do we see after that? We see people like Bill Gates and Bill Clinton not only associating themselves with him, but doing so on multiple repeated occasions. You know, the implication that somehow Donald Trump was buddy-buddy with Jeffrey Epstein and part of whatever was going on there is completely absurd. He flew once in the 1990s from New Jersey to Florida and back. And literally the moment Donald Trump got a whiff of who Jeffrey Epstein was, he kicked him out of his club. Those are
and that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. You can literally say you don't even really know about somebody, you know, until you really know about them. So that's just like if you sitting at home and you get some bread and you famous, everybody liking you, and you go to, you know, a party or a little, you know, whatever they be having. I'm not rich, so I don't know. And you going, you know, how you doing, sir? How you doing, ma'am? You know, hugging. Oh yeah, you're rich. I'm rich. You know, we got money. Oh, did you see my yacht? You know, talking, and then I get the, you know what I'm saying? You get a vibe of like, hey, I thought this was, you know, what's going on? You know, and that's what, you know, that next party or so, or that same night, you might just meet somebody. Oh yeah, they nice. That's very nice. Honey, did you see that? They're nice. That person's nice. And then the night goes on. Everybody got the alcohol in them. You already know what's going down. You know, you already know what's going down. Some of that weird dark. You know, like, bro, I thought they was just lying about you doing that. You for real? Oh yeah, you canceled. I don't run that way, and I feel like it's just one of those things. But then when you catch yourself, you say hi to that person, or you take a little picture with them, and then years and years, you know, go by, and they done did something. Oh yeah, that person, he took a picture with them, and he was smiling. They're on something. Not having no type of evidence, but then when you got the evidence right there in front of your whole list, y'all not attacking that person. Y'all rather attack the person that didn't cancel. It's crazy to me, bro.
Those are the facts, but the media and all the leftists on Twitter will lie and lie and lie. They'll continue to rewrite history and promote a narrative, all the while completely ignoring, frankly, the demonic crap that's happening on their own side, as they attempt to obfuscate, flip the script, rewrite history, and dishonestly associate Donald Trump. Donald Trump, the guy who led a battle during his 4 years in office against human trafficking at the southern border and really across the United States. Supposedly, Trump's the bad guy and we're the cultists who constantly defend him. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's ever been true. I mean, just recently with the whole FBI building thing, he received some pretty big backlash there. Some of his rhetoric relating to Operation Warp Speed and the jab has caused issues.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna let the video and then I'm
with the Trump base as well. Even the most recent reports claiming Trump is eyeing Nikki Haley as his running mate. Even though I think the story is fake, it's just clickbait journalism. Trump received some heat there and he responded, claiming he's not considering Nikki Haley for the vice presidential spot. The implication is bogus. Meanwhile, Democrats defend all their big evil donors. They defend all their evil politicians. They defend Hunter Biden and Joe Biden's little criminal scheme. And then when it turns out that Bill Clinton wasn't just friends with Jeffrey Epstein, but appeared to be Jeffrey Epstein's best friend, even after the conviction, it's dead silence. And what are they talking about? They're talking about Donald Trump. They're full of crap and it's blatantly obvious. Anyways, that's what I got for you.
It's crazy, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's crazy. What I had to say, though, when I paused the video, I find it real crazy how so many people, you know, y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't, you know, say too much, but y'all know who I'm talking about. It ain't you. It might be you if you're watching and you didn't caught. You got caught. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, how these people are so against, like, oh yeah, we need to stop. I don't like that. You know, I don't like seeing the stuff that's going on at the border and this and that and this, bro. Like, you literally saying, like, how are you still not waking up to the fact, but you saying all that? That's what bugs me so much out of, you know, the blue. You know, got to use code. You know, anyways. Make sure I hit the like button, that subscribe button. I'm trying to get this content out as much as possible to y'all because it's some, and that's what's crazy. Big shout outs to Liberal Hive Mind, Doug and Exile, Benny. Really, those are like my top you know, content creators that's really good with information. I can't even sit there and cap. There's a few others, but those are my top ones. You know, I love seeing their content. But y'all know the others. But those are mine, you know. Anyways, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in, watching this reaction. Definitely amazing. Let me know y'all thoughts down below. Catch y'all next one.